What's up, Bessies and homies? It's your girl Aisha checking in, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Strong Friends Check-In Podcast. Listen, they can't go where God is taking you. Oftentimes, we find it difficult to leave people behind, especially family and close loved ones. However, when you understand that there are levels to psychological development, then you understand that some people just won't reach their full potential. They've made themselves comfortable in a sunken place, and you can't pull them out, nor should you try. That's not your responsibility. Each of us have a responsibility to do our own self-work. You might be striving for self-actualization, but most people are not. That's been my observation. Most people want to stay comfortable and complacent in a sunken place. They might complain, but they don't do anything to make progress. They're not taking the necessary steps to progress in life. I mean, all you have to do is think about some of the people who are still in your hometown, still doing the same thing, still hanging out at the corner store, still hustling backwards, still struggle rapping, still serial breeding, still doing the same things. The mentality hasn't changed because they're not doing the work to grow. Some people think that evolution takes place naturally. In a sense, it does. However, you have to work to reach your fullest potential. There are levels to psychological development. So while evolution is a natural process, it also takes work on the part of the individual to reach self-actualization. Some people think that having a job is enough. They think because they work a job that they've reached their highest level of potential. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes that's the best that they can do. But oftentimes it's not. It's simply that they're lazy and they don't want to do the work. Then there are people who think that having a college degree means that they've made it, when that's not true either. Growth is about growing in every way, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. That is prosperity. See, success can be measured by earning a degree or securing a stable or steady job, which you really can't do in the United States of America now. I mean, job security is almost non-existent. But some people think because they have a cushy government job or because they've made a life for themselves in the military that they've made it in life, not understanding that they're still spiritually and emotionally dwarfed. Some are spiritually, mentally, and emotionally bankrupt because you can learn a skill, but that doesn't mean that you've evolved. A lot of people don't know how important it is to develop moral intelligence. They've never even heard the term, but it's a real thing. Moral intelligence. It is important to know the difference between right and wrong and to know how to conduct yourself appropriately and ethically in personal and professional relationships. It's important to know how to treat people, how to have compassion, and how to empathize with people. It's important to develop emotional intelligence. Those two go hand in hand, but a lot of people don't do that work. They're simply existing. They're waking up every morning doing the same thing over and over again like a robot, and they are not intentional about life at all outside of trying to make a few dollars or trying to make it to the next payday. Some people think that having a house and a car is a big deal. They think that being self-sufficient is extraordinary when really it's not. It's basic. Every adult should be self-sufficient. And so you have all of these different levels of evolution and psychological development where some people are just stuck in certain places and they don't want to go any higher in life. They don't want to go any further in life. They're satisfied where they are. And although they may complain, what do their actions show? See, because I hear you talking about how you want to progress in life, how you want to be a better man or how you want to be a better woman, but your actions don't align with your words. And let me be totally transparent with you all. Sometimes I conduct social experiments on people. I will reach out to people with an idea just to see how they respond, just to see how they're thinking, right? So I have a guy friend. We reconnected some years ago. I reached out to him about an opportunity to invest. And I told him that it is a great opportunity because I had started with this investment and it was already yielding positive results, right? And I said, I think you might be interested, and I think your son might be interested as well. He immediately dismissed it. He said, we already have something. We already have something. And I knew that he really did not understand. He wasn't even trying to understand this type of investment and what I was saying to him, but he immediately wrote it off. And then he said, I want to talk about you and me. I want to talk about us. And I said, here's a man that does not want to grow. This is a man who is trying to get into my pants, and that takes precedence over everything in life. I'm telling you about an investment that could be very lucrative for you. It has a high potential to be very lucrative. I'm telling you that I took advantage of the opportunity and that it's working for me. And you want to talk about us. Now, on the surface, a lot of women would say, oh my gosh, he wanted to see if y'all could get together and, that might have been your husband. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because my husband would have said, you know what? Let's set a date and time to get together and talk more about this investment. And then I'll tell you what I think. See, that's what my husband would have said, because my husband is a smart man. So he would have said, you know what? Even if I don't think it might work for me, or I don't think I'm interested, I'd like to hear more. This would give me an opportunity to actually sit down and talk to her and spend some quality time with her. Even if we're talking about business, hey, I'm talking to her. We talking. And it just might work. We might be able to get together and we might be able to make some money together. That is how my husband thinks. But because our culture is so sexualized, everything is always about sex all the time. That is why people can't think, and that is why people can't grow. Because there is more to life than sex. And yes, sex is awesome, especially when you know how to do it and you're in touch and in tune with your body. Absolutely. But that's not everything. And so I just share that as an example of someone who does not want to grow. And even that gentleman misunderstands me. He misunderstands me because he's made a comment to me in the past that, he's a simple man and this and that. And so I took that to mean that he thinks that I'm a drama queen or something. And I've never, ever done anything to make him think that, but it's because I'm smart. Let's just keep it real. It's because I'm smart and my conversation is on a different level. And so because he cannot comprehend, then that somehow means that, I don't know, I'm high maintenance or my standards are too high or whatever. And all of that is just confusion. And God is not the author of confusion, because there's nothing high maintenance about me. I've never asked a man for a Birkin bag. In fact, I've never asked a man for a luxury car. The only thing that a man has ever done for me is what he was supposed to do. And that was the man that I had a legal agreement with. And, there were some men, in the past that may have bought me a pair of shoes or done something nice for my birthday or something like that. But I didn't ask. I didn't ask. So how am I high maintenance? I don't even think I've ever asked a man to get my hair done. I might have asked a man to get my nails done, but that's probably only because he mentioned it. Usually, if I'm talking to somebody, he might say, hey, what you want for your birthday? What do you want for Valentine's Day? He will ask me. I'm not the type of woman to just go around and just asking men for things. I pay my own bills. So how am I high maintenance? It's because we're just on two different levels of psychological development. And so that's an example of they just can't go where God is taking you. They can't go. So my message to you, beautiful people, is love yourself. Love yourself and stay focused on your goals and stand 10 toes down on your values and don't waver. If you have to leave people behind, leave them behind, and some might catch up, some might not. But at the end of the day, you have to put you first. That is my message. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are loved. Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, it's your girl, Aisha, signing off.